Here in Colorado, today brings about week 2 of testimony in the trial of the Boulder King Soopers shooter.
And today, powerful testimony from a deli manager who wanted to escape through the emergency exit after gunfire erupted. Instead, though, he repeatedly rushed back into the building, helping others to safety. For families of the victims and the community impact, this has been 3 years of waiting for this trial. Last week, the jury heard testimony from several survivors. One person described surviving by playing dead. Another, a retired emergency room doctor, described how she hid sideways in the shelf of potato chips. Today, we're hearing from clerks working that day who did their part to help get customers to safety.
9 News Investigates' Kevin Vaughn continues our coverage now today from Boulder. Kevin, this simply we're describing one of the acts of bravery that happened back on March 22nd of 2021.
Tom and Kim, 1 minute this young man was preparing for the evening rush of people coming in to get chicken and pizza for dinner. The next, he was fighting to get co-workers and strangers alike to safety as gunfire ripped through the store.
Judge, the people would call Christopher Tatum.
After the gunfire began at the Table Mesa King Soopers.
Mr. Tatum, go ahead and introduce yourself to the jury.
And after Christopher Tatum realized what it was, he grabbed the phone and hit the button for the overhead speakers.
I put out a page, active shooter, get out, active shooter.
Then he found co-workers hiding in a bathroom and a storeroom and helped them to an emergency exit. Then he went back and got someone else. And then he went back again.
I don't remember falling.
That's when Elan Ree Shakti fell hard as she ran for the door.
I thought she had unfortunately passed away. I thought she was shot.
In reality, she had a broken back.
You know, she was somebody's grandma. That was my main thought. That's my grandma there. And so I picked her up. I wasn't really concerned about anything else. It was just getting her out.
As Tatum testified, he pointed to surveillance photos of him helping Shakti.
I believe at this point, I'm just telling her, like, you're okay. Everything's going to be okay. We're getting out. We're going to be okay. And I'm just trying to comfort her because I can hear her crying and just being overwhelmed.
After it was over and they were safe, they became friends.
She calls me Chris and I call her Ree. And that's just how our relationship has blossomed over the years.
To obtain a conviction, prosecutors are going to have to prove that the suspect, who was pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity, was actually sane on the day of the crime. In other words, that he understood the difference between right and wrong and that he acted with intent. They tried to make that point today with some really graphic and difficult to watch videos that showed him shooting and wounding people and then chasing him down and killing them. Live in Boulder, I'm Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.
Kevin, these pictures, these descriptions, these accounts, some of these we never really heard before from these people who were in the store that day.
That's right, Tom. A lot of these people have not really spoken publicly before. And even for some of the families, they have not seen some of this video or heard some of this testimony before today. There were a number of people that shed tears today in the courtroom during testimony and especially during the playing of that video.
3.5 years later, it's still jarring. Kevin, we'll see you with more coming up at 5 o'clock. Thanks.